What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wasn't going to make a video on Shiba Inu today. I just didn't really have too much information to go off of. I talked about the burn rate and everything like that, but I did receive a comment earlier today, actually 7 minutes ago, that made me want to create a video on it, really to break down a little bit more about this burn rate. And it's the idea of the Shib army burning off $10 per week. And you're basically having 1 million people that are burning off $10 per week. And you're going to see a massive um, pullback of that supply, and it could be a decent size impact to the price to give it a bump up, in the next year or so. So we're going to break down these numbers and understand how much this will impact the actual supply, and hopefully we can dive into this more. And maybe I don't know if this is the best move, but it seems interesting, right? Having people burn off some, you're having the army sacrifice a little bit in order to create a larger burn. But anyways, we're going to break this down. We're going to break down the price action today, and then we'll get into that. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. Check out some of my other channels on YouTube and Twitch, all of the stuff that I have across every platform. It does help out. Also, I'm throwing out a shout out to all of the Patreon members. Every video I do it because these guys are amazing. Guys and gals, guys as a general term. But yeah, I think all of you are amazing. Thank you for supporting me in such a big way. But let's go ahead and dive into this video. We're looking at Shiba Inu. Currently, the price is down by 0.25%, really flat today, not really much movement. You're seeing a decrease in volume by 9%. It still is above 1 billion or close to it. You do see the market cap is below 20 billion. You're looking at $19.1 billion dollars in a market cap. Current popularity is 10th, so that is great to be able to see it top 10 on that list. Typical hold time is 37 days, getting closer and closer to that level to where Bitcoin and Ethereum are, where people are holding for 80 days, 90 days, things like that, because they believe in the position and where that's going to go. Obviously, that shows strength when you do have any type of large typical hold time. Now, if we look over the year, I just want to throw this out there. The price where this is at close to these bottoms, and I understand there was a bottom before that, but if we look at just the level here, let's say that we can find a way for this to actually fall back down and lose popularity to decrease down to this price, 0.0000750 dollars, right? Or cents. Right? That's what we need to hone in on right there. And I will look at that as we go into the detail for this overall burn. Now, the mindset behind this idea was really just to burn off as many coins as you possibly can, and to get as many people together in on this activity to burn off as many coins as we can. If you didn't see my previous video, I talked about burning off 50% per year as a system level burn, not people that are generating this movement, a system level burn. And I would like to see that more than people sacrifice their money, because everyday retail investors probably need the money more than founders and developers and all of this other stuff. They can actually make a burn and take the unused Shiba Inu coin and just say, all right, well, we don't need this. It's too much of a supply. It's never going to be used, type of thing. Supply and demand just doesn't really line up. There's cat hairs over here flying around. But basically, it got to the point where if you burn off 50%, you can get to 750 or wow, I'm dyslexic. 575 billion supply, which can get you to 5 cents comfortably where we are now, around that 20 to 30 billion dollar mark. And people will be happy. 5 cents of a gain would get me to a decent sized price. So I'm really excited about what could happen with just a system level burn. Now, what they brought up was the fact that we would burn off as the Shiba army, you would burn off $10 per week, going on for however long. It could be for a year. Let's just test it out for a year in this case. Now, what we would do is basically take the $10 and multiply it by the 1 million holders. 1 million holders would probably be a little bit less, because you have people that are massive holders, and they're probably not going to do that. But around 1 million, let's say it's that. So it's going to be about $10 million that's going to be burned off. Now, I know this person made a mistake saying that it was going to be 10 million Shiba coins, but that's not really the case. you're looking at $10 million worth of Shiba. So you have to multiply 10 million, or you have to actually take the 10 million, divide it by the amount that we do have here, which is 0.00003. And that gets you to burning off 294 billion per week. Now, is that enough? No, because if you actually look at it and say this is how much you need to burn off in order to get to 1 trillion by 10 years, you basically need to burn off, multiplied by 7, you need to burn off 1.1 trillion per week in order to do that. Now, this is definitely a step up from what we're burning now because we're not burning anything. So looking at the overall picture, 1 million holders at 1 year's time, 52 weeks in a year, you're looking at $520 that each individual Shiba owner would sell, which does suck. But as you do see the impact of that, as maybe prices go lower or something, you can actually see more of a price impact. And we will get into that in a little bit. So you're looking at $520 million that you're going to be burning off in that year, in next year or whatever. And you basically look at a difference and changing that by 15.2 trillion, which is definitely a large impact. Is it enough to make an impact? Basically saying turning this 589 total trillion supply, can that make an impact? That will not make an impact. Will that decrease the price a hell of a lot? It will not. Or will that increase the price a hell of a lot? No, it will not. And the reason being is just because there's too much supply out there. So it will be more of an impact if we actually see the price decrease and then people start buying it and burning it off, right? Because you know what's available, you know the supply and demand, people start holding it more and more. So let's factor in how many zeros was that as we got into, I don't know how many zeros it was. So we can look at this and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 zeros and a 6. Let's say that. I was looking at something else. I was looking at something else there too. But anyways, let's go into this and break this down. So 5 zeros and a 6. 5 zeros and a 6. Let's say it gets down to that level because it did consolidate there for a while. And let's just say 5 zeros and 6, 4, right? You're going to see that you can burn off in a matter of a week 1.5 trillion, which does show that it's right in line with the level of burning off enough, or more than what the level would be to get you to 1 trillion. So in 10 years of you burning off that, it would be a lot more, right? Let's just say that this is actually, instead of you burning that much off, you're burning 300 or 400 billion more. So I would say that's definitely a win-win. If you can see it get down to that price and we can burn off some, then yes, you would burn off 81 trillion in the first year, which is definitely exciting to burn off 81 trillion. Now, just imagine if we find a way to get it to, why am I going to different positions and different places? Just imagine you get it down to this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if it will get back down to that level. What is it? 2, 4, 6, 8. So you're looking at 8s and 6s. Let's go with that. If you get it down to that level, I would imagine you're going to burn off a hell of a lot. So instead of looking at just 5 zeros, you're now looking at 6, 7, 8 zeros, and we're looking at 6. So now when we actually factor that into it, in a matter of a week, we would burn off, what is this? Wow. Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. We would burn off 1.5 quadrillion coins, which means that we obviously wouldn't have any left. So just this mindset behind it and understanding where these prices actually were. Now, once you start burning off enough and you get to a lower price or you get to a lower supply, the price starts skyrocketing because of the demand, right? So it's going to be a different story and you won't be able to burn that much once you get to a certain level because more and more people will decide to hold it for that time period. So just to tell you the truth, I think this is not a bad option. And hopefully I wasn't cutting this off the whole time. I kind of was. But you did see a portion of it. I'm sorry, I didn't even see it there. But yeah, what you're looking at here, again, 1.5 quadrillion that you would burn off, and that's way too much. But as it does go lower and lower in price, you give it more of an opportunity to burn off more coins. So really, realistically, we need to see this go lower so your $10 can be worth a lot more. That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, I still have my burn that I have to do for my videos, and I want to do it when it's at its lowest point, right? Or it's at a very, very low point where I feel like I'll make an impact. Right now, I feel like I'm not going to make an impact. But if it gets lower, adds a zero instead of losing a zero, adds a zero, adds two zeros, I can definitely make an impact with my $100. $100 can be worth a hell of a lot there, right? And I can burn off a decent amount of coins. So I'm really excited to see what this can actually do. And you should be excited too, because we don't know what the burn rate's going to be. We don't know what the mindset's going to be behind the Shiba army if we're going to get together collectively and say, we're burning off $10 a week. You burn off $10 a week, literally in the first week, you can basically get that going. And that's only if you have a lower price. But currently where the price actually is, where you're at point zero 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 0.06 or 3, you're only going to burn off, about 300. I guess it's a little bit more than that if I added some more numbers, but 333 billion, which sounds like a lot, but it's not enough. You need to burn off 1.1 trillion per week in order to get to that level. So, and that's in 10 years. Now, if you wanted to have that happen sooner, maybe in 3 years, you obviously need to burn off more. But again, you're sacrificing your money versus the developers and, having a system level burn. So you let me know what you think about it. But this overall mindset here can get us to a level to where each individual Shiba coin could be worth way more than what we actually anticipated. We could say, oh, Shiba to $1, but that might be a low ball compared to exactly where this can get to. It has no minimum to where Shiba can hold a certain supply. If this gets down to 100,000 supply, this looks like it's a concept of just burning coins. So if it gets down to 100,000 supply, the price goes to a crazy high price. But obviously the people that hold on to it have to sell it. And you're going to see someone like me that has the last 900 or 9 million coins. And, obviously I don't want to have that happen. So as we understand what the mindset is behind the Shiba army, I will support you guys and be there 100% with you. And I want to be able to make profit along with you guys. So let me know what you think about this. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I think I went really in depth here. And if you got to this point of the video, let me know by typing in oranges. I don't know if they have different types of oranges. I usually just get navel oranges. If you have a different type of orange, maybe a mandarin orange or something, I guess there is different types of oranges. And definitely let me know down below to let me know that you watched to the end of this video. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, I wanted to give another shout out to all the Patreon members. Anybody that decides to become a Patreon member, you will be added to this list. I really appreciate everything you're doing. I'm trying to put out as much as I can to, give you guys the information that's necessary. So hopefully you enjoy it, but make sure you guys, again, hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.